So we're getting ready to start a new project, and what it is, it's a deck remodel, and we're going to call it the chicken coop house because there's chickens running around in the backyard. And I wanted to show you right here, there's an egg laying right there in the chicken coop. So we're going to call this the chicken coop house. So this is the deck that we're redoing. We're going to redo the structural framing of the deck and the surface of it. The railing's actually pretty nice. It just needs to be painted. So we're actually going to just take the railing off and set it aside while we're redoing the deck, and then we'll put it back on. But this is what's interesting. I want to show you something. First off, this is probably not an adequate size beam. I mean, they put two pieces here, but it's not tall enough to support the weight of the deck. Secondly, look what they did for the finish on the deck. This is just tongue and groove pine, and that didn't work. And so then this is just lap siding that they put on top of it. And so that's not going to work either. It's kind of more like a shiplap, but it's not the right product for a deck surface as well. So as you can look along here, there's all kinds of issues with this deck. And so we're going to be totally tearing it out, not making it any bigger, just putting it back the way it is. And then I wanted to show you around the corner here, we have, they have this slide that comes off the deck. I don't think we're putting that back on, but we're going to redo these stairs. We'll have to do some sort of a landing down here at the bottom of the stairs as well. And we'll have to add railing to it. And then if you look up to our left right here, there's a deck coming out of the master bedroom up there. And we're going to be totally redoing that one as well to match. So they have this nice roof over the walkout entrance, but the decks and stuff don't match how nice everything else is. So anyways, just want to introduce you to this. We call it the Chicken Coop Project. And we're going to totally refinish this deck and make it look really nice and be a great place to come out and to gather. We'll keep you posted. We're all done with the demo, or most of the demo. I'm sorry about the sound quality. It's a little bit windy, and someone next door is mowing their lawn, and then we have the chickens as well. So, but looks like we had some wind last weekend, and looks like they lost some branches off their tree. But you can see we've got the deck all tore out. We left the ledger up there because it's in pretty good shape. We'll have to take all those hangers off because they're the wrong size. We're going to put deeper joists on, and but we had them leave a couple of these old beams up here to keep the venting from the furnace supported. And we have a visitor on our video. And then over here, we tore off all the upper deck coming out of the master bedroom. So we got that all tore off, and it's a little bit worse shape than I was hoping. So we'll have to figure out how to make that work. So, because I think we're going to have to replace those joists, but they go into the house for several feet. So I'm not sure. We're going to have to try and figure that out. So anyways, we're about ready to start putting this back together. We'll keep you updated. Okay, so we're finally making some progress over here. We've got all the joists down. We have a little bit more framing to do. The decking material will be here next week. So we're finally making progress here. It's been really hard. Labor's been really hard. Everybody is so super busy right now. And so it's taken us a little longer to get this to this point. But hey, it looks great, way better than it did already. And we're excited to start putting the decking material on here pretty quick. We haven't done anything with the decking over the master or the porch coming out of the master. As you can see up here, we haven't done anything with the master deck yet. It's kind of a mess. And so we got to get up there and try and get new joists in back into the house. It'll be interesting to see how that happens and how we get that done, because you can see they're all rotten and twisted and everything else. So hopefully on the next video we'll have that figured out. Okay, so we haven't made a ton of progress since our last segment. We have kind of finished the framing on the deck, but I wanted to show you a couple things. Over here is the decking material. So this is going to be the color of their deck. This is a TimberTech product, and the color is called Pecan. But what I wanted to show you is this material right here. This is what we call a joist tape. So it's got adhesive on the back side of it, and it's a rubbery type of material. And we're installing it on the tops of all the joists because these aren't like a treated material. So these are the joists, and so we put this on top, which is always the most vulnerable part of a deck. This is where all the rot and all that stuff takes place. So we're putting this joist tape on the top of all the joists, going all the way back, and then we'll put the decking material on top of that, and that will help make the deck last a whole lot longer. So anyways, next time you see this, hopefully we'll have all the decking material on for you. Okay, so we've been working on this deck, and I'm going to show you that the big deck is pretty close to being done. But up here, we've been kind of struggling with this. We took some boards off that were in between the joists and found out that the floor system is trusses. So we got to try and slip new floor joists in alongside the old ones to try and strengthen up those, because those are pretty rotten. And so we got to try and slip some new, those are only 2x6s. So we got to slip some new 2x6s in as far as we can, and then put it all back together. So that's kind of that's the next step for us here at this project. Now let me take you and show you what we've got done on the big deck. Okay, so you can see we're really close to being done. We have to order the railing, but I can't order the railing until I get the other upper deck done. We're not going to use the existing railing like we originally were planning because it's so rusted it would just not look good. And so we're going to go with the new railing. So we put this stairway in. They didn't want to spend the money on pouring a slab of concrete, so we just put some bricks underneath here to set the steps on, and then we'll do a little grading and stuff right there. We still have a post and a footing that we need to put in right here. You can see we got the deck all done. Now we have to work on the thresholds, and we have a stairway going off the other side. This material right here is called a fascia, and so it's made out of the same decking material, and it covers up the thickness of the floor structure of the deck. But on the beam down here, on the beam and the posts, we're going to cover those with a white aluminum. In fact, and the railing's going to be white, and that's why we did the risers out of white as well, so it all kind of coordinates together. So, yeah, here's the new chicken coop, by the way. This is what we call this. Can't remember what we call it, chicken house, but all the chickens are underneath there. So next time I give you an update, we'll have that one done up there. So we're all done with the chicken coop house, and this is the deck that we built right behind us here. We put in all this wrought iron railing, all the new decking material, all new framing, and down here where the posts and the beam are, we covered those with aluminum to keep the weather out and make it last for a long time. So it turned out really nice. They're really super happy. The chickens love it. If you look up there, they're all up there pooping on the deck, so they've made it their own. You see all the chickens here. And then we have a dog here that's barking. It's pretty awesome. But it was fun to do. It was a big deck, and it took us a little while, but it's all done, and it looks really super nice. Okay, so also we finished this upper deck up here that comes out of the master bedroom. We replaced all the boards you can see underneath, and then we put all new decking and the white wrought iron handrail on there. Turned out really nice. Way better than it was. It was dangerous to go walk out on that with all the old wood that was coming out of there. So it's all fixed up now. We appreciate you watching as we transformed this deck from what it was to how nice it is now. And thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, hit the like button down below. And we'd also love it if you subscribe to our channel and hit the bell button, because that way we can notify you every time we upload another video.